Does it say live? Yes, it does. Good morning. Hello. Boy, did I get up late. I'm like running around, like almost like the day where you change the clocks and you're like, oh my gosh, hands are still slightly swollen. Hope I can crochet. I can. I will. No worry. Oh, traveling. Aha. If you're when are you leaving? Are you're here with us now? Deb knows what kind of coffee's in here. Can you guess what kind of coffee's in here and what kind of creamer? Because if you can, there are 3 spots, I believe, waiting for a new person on this bracket board. 3 spots, meaning we could finish this today. Oh my gosh, yes. Let's see what we got. We got 15 and 21 and wait a minute, that's it? 15 and 21. Oh, there's only 2. Oh my gosh. Yep. So we have Chera and Evelyn as semifinalists so far, and the other 2 spots will fill in and we'll get 2 new semifinalists, and we'll draw the winner today. 1 winner. One winner, and the choice is between March's Yarnable. Woo! Remember that? The shamrock stitch marker. Or Jimmy Beans's March, which is cotton, woo, teal. Yep. These 2 hanks plus a butterfly stitch marker. So that's what's going on the board today, and the pattern. Now everybody says they don't think they're going to be printing out April's pattern, and I haven't had a chance to go over there and look. Is that my Linda that's on the screen here, or is somebody else? The reason why I'm asking you is because I didn't expect you to be here. Oh, okay. All right. I was thinking that she wasn't going to be here today. Sweetheart, I hope you feel better. Tell Linda hi. Oh my gosh, I hope you feel better. $25 people here already. Okay, well, let's get on with our dress make along to start out. While you guys are thinking of what coffee this is, I put everyone's name in the wheel. What are you doing, Chris? I'm new here. I don't know. Well, we are making this cutie little dress. Yeah. We're making this little dress here. And we are on part 4, which will be the trim at the bottom of the skirt. And there are at least 16 of you doing this. Okay. Text me when you can, Linda, please. There are at least 16 of you that are making this, and we're making more than one of these. And that's because you have posted your progress. Now, I know there's more than 16 because I don't have everyone's photo entered, but that's okay. Let's get a a progress winner when we're come on. Just soon as it stops buffering, then I'll start talking again. Okay. That's just the way it goes, you know? Let's see who this is. Annette. It's Annette. Annette, you win this week. Okay. If Annette is here, I would like to know if she would like a spot on the bracket board or maybe something out of the basket. I don't know if she's here because I don't see her talking to me. All right. Well, that's okay. Anytime you're a winner here, and you have to be a United States address holder so that I can send your items to you, you do need to message me. So, what I do is I tag you in the weekly update on the Facebook group, which is linked below. And so if you ever miss anything and you want to know what was going on during the week, if you were on vacation or whatever, you can always look at that weekly update. And that will tell you who won what. It's always the monthly winners or whatever I draw is always in there. Whatever's going on is always in there. So I guess Izzy's trying to come in. Never seen her put her nose on the door and poke the door before. Okay. Oh wait, who is Izzy? Well, some of you know Izzy is my miniature dachshund. Maybe I'll let her in, huh? I'll give you a good morning from Izzy today. Okay, hang on. Just give me 2 seconds. What would you like, little girl? Would she poke the door? Oh, all right. She's out with Dad now. He went downstairs for a second, and now he's back. So maybe later. Maybe we will see her later. All right. I know he's going downtown because the tournament is going to be going on. I went to Michael's yesterday. Yeah, and I saved the bag. It's not a lot of stuff in here, but I figured I'd show you what I found. No big deals, but I didn't leave with nothing this time, so. All right. Saturday's video, I opened the challenge from Beverly's Crafts. So our challenge this time is to use some bulky 6. It's you got me thinking now. Pastel Dreams, Cindy. Pastel Dreams. Perferio. And what was I saying? Oh, okay. So some bulky 6 and a pattern to make a basket with. And so I want to do that with everybody. And I'm like, okay, I can't fit all this on the show, can I? And then I had said the week before that I wanted to do this bulky little sweater, and it is a knitted one. I'm like, I can't fit this all on the show. Oh, okay. All right. I remember now. Yep. 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 She did. Take a moment and say a little prayer for Annette. Yep. I do remember that. It did slip my mind for a second. Oh dear. Goodness. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Cindy, for reminding me. Yeah. All right. So that I wanted to show you that. Before we go any further, I want to show you that so that we can talk about this little sweater. This is a little sweater, and I mean teeny tiny teeny. So what I'm going to do is I did the pattern exactly the way that they relax a second, Shara. I'll be right with you. And no, we're not done. Anyway, um, this sweater I want to do soon, but I don't want to do it so tiny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adapt this one just a hair, and then we will do it together. This is a bulky 5, and it is a newborn size, and I'm going to do it just a little bit bigger, and it is knit. So this one is going to be going to my newest granddaughter, and I'm going to make this just a hair bigger with everyone else. So it just has one button, and it requires about 3/4 of a skein of a bulky 5. So this is how much I used of this skein. You can see that it is not used up. This is the Sprout colorway. It is Loops and Threads Charisma. And I just think this is the softest bulky 5 for this. There are a couple of these that are a little bit stiffer, but the real light pastel, the white, the mint, the blue, the tweed white, they're all really, really soft. So I want to do that with everybody. So you're going to use the pattern, and I won't give the pattern till after when we're doing it together. The pattern says to use a 8mm, which would be, wait a minute, let me read this right. US 11. And I am a loose knitter, so I chose a US 7 or a US 10 7mm because I didn't have an 8 at the moment. So it really isn't that much difference. But oh my gosh, look at that. It's a beginner. You start at the top, you end at the bottom, you have 2 ends to weave in, and that is it. So beginner sweater, it's coming up. And I think what I might do is cast on with everyone real quick, and I don't think I'll do it today. But we do have a basket that we're going to do in May, so we won't be doing that today either. Right now we're doing a hat together. It is a pattern that I picked out. I don't even remember it now. It's out there. in the living room because I did not bring it in. It's the stitches. Wait a minute. I'm going to read it here. Where is it? Yeah, I know. I just got up. I am scatterbrained. Stitched. Somebody knows to put it in there. I can't remember what it is. I should go get the dang thing. Stepping textures. Thank you so much. I have wonderful friends out here. Yes, it's the stepping textures. And that is from Your Inspirations. And I just didn't do the brim the same way, but everybody else is working on it that wants to. And it is done in the melange wool prints. That's the yarn of the month. So, all right. Somebody win the coffee? Okay. I'll wait and listen to what Deb has to say about that. No, okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk to Chera now. Chera. No, we're not done with the sweater. How could we be done with the sweater? We even didn't trim yet. We got to do the trim on the bottom of the skirt. We got to do the sleeves. We got to do the finishing. Then we got to do the hat. Oh no, we are not done with it. You always just want to get me going and make me forget what the heck I'm talking about. Yeah, you do. All right, so if you're following along, we're going to start the trim. So you're going to change colors now, and I am going to bring out my dark color again. Oh, I'm sorry, but of course I have to, you know. I just pulled a progress winner for the week. I'm going to use my dark color again. So I'm going to work on the very bottom of your skirt down here. Now I did start this row. It is a long row because we've got a lot of stitches now. Now before I even give you the stitches, I want to tell you we are going to be working in the chain 2 spaces only. So we're going to be doing the same as we've been doing on the body of the skirt. We're going to be doing shells, but not exactly the same as the body. So we're going to change the way we do our shells. We're going to do a 2 shell repeat. The 2 shells are going to be different. So every other shell will be matching the other one. Okay, so that just repeat of 2 shells. That's the easiest way I can tell you to know what you're doing before I start giving you this stitch, that stitch. Because, all right, so let's get on with row number 1 of the skirt before we get any farther. And that way you can get working on it. We're going to start with slip stitch into any shell, and I went ahead and started right on the back of the skirt like I was. My goodness, Chera. Oh. Okay, so you'll start out with a chain of 3 in any chain 2 space. Then you will, this is a cluster. It'll be 3 double crochets. So the first one is a chain 3, counts as a double crochet. 2 double crochets, chain 4, 3 double crochets. So your very first cluster will be like that. Chain 3, 2 doubles, chain 4, 3 doubles, all in the same chain 2 space to start, and that's your first cluster. So write this down. Buffer a second. The buffers are lasting longer. Don't go away. I will not be going anywhere. I will wait it out every time. It's absolutely maddening. Take a sip of coffee, Chris. Take and chill. Okay, the first cluster, I'm going to start again. Chain 3, 2 double crochets. That's your right side of your cluster. Chain 4, 3 double crochets. That finishes off the first cluster. It is 3 doubles, chain 4, 3 doubles. You are going to chain 1 in between every cluster. So you're going to chain 1. In the second or in the next chain 2 space, you're going to skip all the way over to the chain 2 spaces. We're working only in the chain 2 spaces for this round. You're going to double crochet, chain 3, double crochet. That's the pattern for this round. Everybody got that? In between clusters, you're going to chain 1. We're working with the dark color and your same hook that you used on the body. Sounds like there's a car in my driveway. I am telling you, today is one of those days. One of those days. Okay, so if everybody has that, we'll work on that row. And we are going to ask Deb to mark the chat. And we're going to do a random winner. To get a spot on the bracket board or something out of the basket right now because we are boring. No, never. Never boring. But I have to say it because usually I give something away by now, right? So if you're interested in winning a spot on the bracket board, you want to make sure you're on live chat. Put a comment in there now between the marks. And Deb marks it, and she will get me a winner. Good morning to all of those that are just joining us. It's 36 here. Everybody has this row. There are 2 spots open, number 15 and number 21, and we can finish this bracket today. Woohoo! All right. I'm going to show you my edging here. This is not the last row of the edging. Joanne did get the coffee. Okay. All right, Joanne. I knew you would. Somebody would eventually. So here is this row. Now, I'm using my dark color again. Okay, so you're going to, I'm not done with my row yet, but I want you to see. The one is going to look bigger than the other. It's going to stand out a lot bigger. That is what it's supposed to look like. You have a cluster with 3 doubles, chain 4, 3 doubles, chain 1 in between, and then you have a cluster like a V-stitch, 1 double, 3 chains, 1 double, and a chain 1 in between. So that way I have shown you. Matter of fact, my variegated skein is really low. I mean, I used a lot. I didn't expect it to be that low. Good morning, Steve. Okay, Joanne got the coffee. I do believe I said that was, what was that? Oatmeal cookie coffee. Oatmeal. Yes. Got a new, was it 12 flavor or 12 pack from the grocery store with cookie flavors, I think, or something. I don't know. Anyway, it was a new pack, and the one in the middle there was oatmeal, so I used it today. Yeah. Yeah. So keep going on this row. Oh, this edging will be 4 rows. There are 4 rows to this edging. It's good. Yes. This is very good. I put hazelnut in it today because I didn't want to go changing the cookie oatmeal part too much. It's very good. So what are we doing, Joanne? Do you have a spot already? I don't know. I have to get up to see because I've got so much stuff in front of the board. I cannot see it. Yeah. Okay, so only names that are live. So this is dead and it's Jera. This is only has Denise, Debbie, and Charlene left on it. This one has Ravini and Cindy left on it. Oh, and Lori. So yeah, so Joanne, you get to pick because you are no longer live if you were on it. So I guess it's either 15 or 21. Where is the marker? Oh, here it is. Oh dear. 21. Okay. Yep. Seen it. Got it. And what's this dealer's choice, Steve? We haven't done anything yet. Huh? All right, Joanne. She's going to roll off against Debbie. So, like I said, we're going to have a winner of this bracket board today. And so I got to open the wheel back up and put in Joanne and Debbie. Debbie W. Okay. And I didn't turn the brightness down, so I guess I'll try that. There we go. Okay, so Joanne and Debbie are rolling off for the next spot. Who will move on in the brackets? Steve won what? Oh, I am really scatterbrained. Steve won the thing that Deb was doing. Okay, Debbie Willingham moves on. I'm so sorry, Joanne. Debbie won. Okay, so Debbie won here. We'll get to Mr. Steve in just a second. Let's finish this. So we're gonna close that up. Take Joanne out. Woo! Come on now. Okay. And then we're gonna put in Denise. Denise. Yep, Denise. Denise, you're in there. Roll off between Debbie W and Denise H. Let's do that. Okay. It is early. Denise won. Okay, let's do that. Now this will generate a roll-off between Charlene and Denise for a semifinalist spot. So take Debbie off, put in Charlene, and then we'll get a winner for that roll-off spot, or, semifinalist spot. Charlene won. Okay. That is the end of the top part. That means next week I have to have a brand new board ready. Okay, so Chera, Charlene, and Evelyn are the 3 spots for the finalists going on, semifinalists, and we've got 1 spot left to fill today. Number 15. Okay, Steve. You won the very first bracket draw that Deb did. Yes, I know. That's fine. Lori. Oh, Lori, so you decided on 3 colors after all, huh? Liking this dress really a lot. All right. Let's not do that. Okay, put that down for a second. Go back to the dress. Now, I do want to show you my haul from Michael's yesterday, because that'll give us time to let you guys catch up each, in between rows here. So anyway, I hadn't been to Michael's in, gosh, I don't know, for a long time. And I'm pretty sure that Doug did leave now, so he is not in the house, and I can hear the dog talking to me. So maybe you will get to see the dog. Anyway, so I went to Michael's and I walked up and down, and I found not much, but I thought, well, let's check the clearance. So I did that, got a couple things over there, and I just left everything in the bag so that I could show it this morning on what I got. So before we do that, let's let Steve pick let's let Steve pick his choice if he wants a bracket spot or something out of the basket. Okay, maybe we'll let Izzy come in while we're waiting for Steve to decide. In the meantime, Joanne, I have made my decision on my buttons. My buttons are going to go on the back. I have done down in so through that won't I won't do it without you. I will talk about it when I do it. You can go ahead if you want to. I'm looking for a showing of the dog. So well, let's open the door, and if she wants to come in, I will pop her on camera. Izzy Booski, do come here. Izzy, come here. Come here. Oh, you're not going to come here? No? Yep, she is. What you doing? Hey, come here. Come here. Well, you have to come here to be on camera. No. She thinks that Dad's outside and that he'll be in. Aha. Understand. So she thinks he's still outside. So what she's doing is she's whining. It isn't that loud of a whine, so I'm not going to worry about it, but I will go get her. While you're catching up on that row, I'm not done with it either, so. I got the doggy. Yes, I do. I got the doggy. Here's the doggy. Yes, here's the doggy. She's just a little lady. Little lady, say hello, Izzy. Yes, there she is. Oh, yeah, say hi to everybody. She's a miniature little tiny girl. Yeah, little tiny girl. She's a piebald, so she has all the colors and the flecks. It's kind of like an Appaloosa dog. Yeah. She has all the different colors. I love you, my doll. Yes. Okay, go on. I'll let you down. I don't ever let her in this room, hardly ever. And it's because, a stray hair every now and again. So she's never allowed in here. Yep. Okay, so there was a buffering going on, Steve, and I want to know what you decided. We had 2 Appaloosa babies born in the last couple weeks. Our third one will be in another couple weeks. And the one that was born this last Thursday blew the other one away with the color. He has a blanket that goes from mid shoulder all the way back. He is gorgeous. So there's 2 boys this year. Last year we had 3 girls. And I think this year we're going to have 3 boys. All right. So Steve says dealer's choice. Now, that means that I could delay that bracket game just a little bit longer and reach in here and take something out of the basket. However, I've decided, because he said dealer's choice, to wait on that and take something out of Michael's haul last night. How's that, Steve? Okay, so let's do the haul. Keep working on row number 1, and we will reach in here. Now this isn't mine. This is Doug's. It's Velcro. I guess we won't let you pick out Doug's stuff. Okay, there's only one yarn in here, but that's okay. We will set that aside for a second and wait on that. Now, oh, yes, 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 yes. I went to the Dollar Tree on Friday because I wanted to grab some candy for the shop, and it's next door to the Goodwill shop. That doesn't mean that it's like a thrift store. I don't think. I mean, it is a thrift store, but what, my goodness, it is not cheap, and it is done like a regular store. It looks to me like a regular store, but it's supposed to be a thrift store, right? And in there, they had one little tiny bin with one or two little skeins with no labels on, and it wasn't anything that was real yarn, junk. So I didn't get any of the yarn, but I did find this whole set of boy needles, knitting needles. So that could be a choice that Steve could pick out of this bag. These run, they are boys, but they're straight. They have 5 millimeter, 5.25, and 5.75. So they have US 8, 9, and 10 in here. And I figured this is perfect for the little sweater that we're going to do if we used, if we're a loose knitter and we used a 10. Oh, okay. So I figured for $1.99, I couldn't go wrong. So I got those from the Goodwill. So there's one choice. Now I went on to Michael's and I picked up these 3 buttons, sets of buttons out of the clearance rack. So these were $1. They are 2 buttons in a pack. You can have one of them if you'd like. These I used for like towels and different things. Maybe even putting on hats, but for $1, you can't go wrong. Oh. Huh. Well, I'll be stopping in there more often because it's very clean. All of the rick-a-rack or bric-a-brac or whatever is all neatly put on the shelves. You can see everything. It's not so cluttered. And they had the arts and crafts section I thought it was very neat. If you like material, they had it in bags. It was nice. So there's a choice. You could pick a pack of buttons. Then I went on and I found that they had some tote bags. I've used these tote bags in giveaways before where I filled the tote bag up with some goodies. There's a red one and a purple one, and these are actually tote. So I got 2 of those if you want one of those. And then I saw they had the Prym needles. Now, I checked the wall to see if there was any Prym left on the wall, and there was. So for some reason, they threw these smaller ones into the bin. So I got a package of the 2 smaller ones. And these are circular needles, and they say they're US 6 4 millimeter, and there's 2 sets of them. These were $5. They had another set there that was the little bit bigger one, probably hat to make a hat size. I didn't grab it and read it, but okay, so that's a choice. And then the yarn that I ended up with. So this yarn, I think this yarn is the same yarn we got 2 years ago, only packaged a little bit different. This is called Loops and Threads Flex, and it looks exactly like the Fleck yarn that we bought before. Now this one is, see, there's little flecks of dark and light. There's yellow flecks and peach, and it is a 4 medium This is called Peachy. It is 79% acrylic and 21% polyester. It is absolutely perfect for making baby items. This is the peach colorway. So you could have one of them. So there we go. All right. So, Steve, if you want, I will add in a Smile Mail stitch marker in there. Or, you know, let me know. I think he wants something out of this. He said dealer's choice, so I get to choose. How fun is this? All right. Who has caught up on this row? Anybody? Anybody caught up on this row? Because these 4 rows are going to probably kill me. No. To try to explain row number 3 ought to be interesting. I almost want to, on row number 3, I almost want to say I will put it up. I will put row 3 and number 4 up in the post, the make along post, and let you guys read it for yourself. And then it's not hard. It's just that when you have to do this and do that and do this and do that, then you're like, what is she saying to me? So when we get to that row, which is not the next row. Okay. So some of you are halfway. I'm still probably that far. That's how far I am from finishing this row. But the good part is I can take my needle out, I can drop it, go to the beginning of the row and start there and explain the next row without actually, I could do that. Okay, dealer's choice is what he says. Dealer's choice is what he says. Okay, I will go ahead and put Steve's name into that bracket board right now while you're finishing that row. I will keep my peach yarn for a moment. I got 2, so I can give one away if I want, right? All right, Izzy's back. Let's go ahead and put Steve's name into the next bracket spot and go ahead and do this roll off. Do this big roll off here. Steve's going to roll off against Ravini. Okay, that wasn't bad. This is finding my words for me pretty good here. Okay, Ravini and Steve roll off to see who moves on. Steve, you lost. Ravini moves on. Okay. All right. He's probably saying, see? That's all right. Ravini goes up against Cindy Cantola. So we'll put Cindy in here. Whoop. Okay. All right. So Ravini and Cindy roll off for the semifinalist spot. Woohoo! Ravini won. I'll move her name now is get away. Wow. Is it done buffering? This stupid thing. Okay. We'll put all the semifinalists into the wheel. This way we're going to be doing this one. If you made it to the semifinalists, you will be here. So it's Ravini and Chara Chapin and Evelyn Oxner and Charlene Taylor. All right, so all four names are in the wheel. Whoever wins this spin. All right, somebody want to get rid of Mr. Clown there? Steve. All right, so the last four people are in the roll-off, and we're going to go ahead and roll off. And this is the winner for this this is the winner for this bracket board. All right, so Evelyn Oxner, congratulations, you won the brackets for the first 2023 brackets. Absolutely, congratulations. Now we will go back to what do you pick? What do you get to pick from? You get to pick from the green, the green from March, Yarnable, or the blue cotton and the variegated cotton from the Jimmy Bean. So yes, absolutely. I like that. I made it big, so now, I mean, you're saying the trolls showed up, so I must have made it big. And I did put on a butterfly stitch marker on this one, so let me know and send me a message later on, and update me on what your address is and that kind of thing. So we'll let that. There was a troll here, and he was saying some crazy stuff, but it wasn't as bad as I have seen, but it was still not. You could tell it was a kid or something. But I made it big. So, all right. All right, Steve. We'll see you later. So Evelyn, let us know what you want to win on that. Bracket board is done. We're getting ready to do Make Me a Yarn Deal, and we're going to do row number 2 of this eventually here. A little troll action, if it isn't too obscene. Oh dear. Yeah, so we're going to do row 2. Now what's going to happen is I am going to put all 4 rows of the very bottom of the skirt, the trim, into the post for the week for homework, and let you go ahead and work on that. Then we will come back next week and see if there's anybody that couldn't do it. If you have trouble, then I will put up some kind of tutorial or something. I don't know. I'll work with whoever it is. whoever has trouble, I'll work with them. But I think that I should be able to word it so you can get through it without my help. Uh, it's just the 4 rows. And the other thing too is if you decided that you had enough trim and that you didn't want to go any farther. So Cynthia, I will see you later also. So we're going to go ahead and do row number 2 here real quick and tell you what that is. And we'll go ahead and do our let's make a yarn deal in just a minute. Wait a minute, just a second, Deb, on that. I want to start row number 2 here. What the heck did I? Oh, okay. You're going to finish the round 1 with a slip stitch into your very first, the top of the chain 3 of your first double crochet, which was your chain 3. And then you're going to slip stitch to work your way to the next shell space. So we're going to work in the shell spaces and the V-stitch. We're going to only work in those chain 4s and chain 3s for row 2, the same way we did the body so far. So when you get done with row number 1 of the edging, you're going to slip stitch into the first the chain 3 space, then you're going to slip stitch across into your chain 4 space of your shell. At this point, you will chain 3. That will count as a double crochet, and you will put 8 double crochets into your chain 4 space. And then you will chain 1 again, just like you did on the row before. That is your first cluster. Then you will chain 1, like I said, in between. Then you will do a V-stitch just like you did before. The V-stitch is on top of the V-stitch. So it's double crochet, chain 3, double crochet. And that's it. Chain 1, do 9 doubles into your cluster, into your chain 4 space. Chain 1, V-stitch into your V-stitch all the way around for row 2. That's it. So those 2 rows are today's work, and the other 2 rows, I'm going to put them into the body of the dress, and hopefully within a few hours or a day or so, I will see somebody's edging done, because I might be able to get it done. I don't know. It's a lot of stitches, and that is all we're going to work on the dress today. Because it is a lot. That is the whole entire bottom of the dress. And I'll tell you what, it is cool. I really like it. All right, who wants to make a yarn deal? Come on, Deb. Mark the chat. In the chat, you're going to put in your favorite color of yarn and your favorite weight. And I am going to go and try and match that. That is what I normally do in the middle of the show, which now is. Um, my plans are to let everyone go that wants to go after that, and I'm going to stay. I am going to stay, and I'm going to read off this basket. We're going to work on that basket for a little while together and just have a relaxed, no drawings type finish for the day. So wait for Deb's mark. Oh, there it is. Deb's mark is there. Go ahead and make sure you're on live chat. Put in your favorite color and your favorite way to yarn now, and we'll do Let's Make a Yarn Deal. Next week when you come back, we'll have a brand new bracket board. At this point, if you don't have your favorite color in or weight in yet, you could pick one item out of the Michael's haul. That is allowed. We'll let you go ahead and pick out of the Michael's haul. I know there's not a lot in there, but something in there might have you might have liked. So so yep, I have decided my buttons are going to go on the back of the dress this time. So there will be a bow that you tie in the back also. You don't have to do ribbon on yours. You can leave it off. But I think I have figured that I am going to put I picked out some things. I'm going to put something right in the middle of my bodice, right there. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be a purple flower, I think. I think that's what I'm going to do. But this row is taking a long time, isn't it? Okay, Bev marked the chat, so she will be running off and getting me a winner for Let's Make a Yarn Deal. Yes, it is really coming along. Now this is a full skirt, and so your 4 rows of edging are going to make it very full and very pretty. It's a very nice edging, which I love when it's done. It's worth it. It is really worth it. The 22 entries. All right, Deb. I think that working on this basket will give new people that aren't doing the dress a chance, maybe to do something quick together. If not, that's okay too. I'm doing 0 to 3 months. The some of the girls here chose to go up in hook sizes. I started with an F. You could have started with a G or an H, and it would give you a bigger dress. So if you started with a G and then moved up to an H, I was considering that to be a 9 months, 6 to 9 months, and like whatever. If you up probably would end up with a 9 to 12 months, or 9 months. So I have finally finished the row. I'm going to slip stitch along to my chain 4 space, and in my chain 4 space I'm going to chain 3 and do 8 double crochets. Joanne asked me what size is my bodice. What is the measurement of, wait a minute, it went away. Shoot. What is the measurement of the bodice? Mine looks big. Joanne, oh my man. Okay. All right. So, Stephanie, you can join the Facebook group, and the pattern is broke down for you in week 1, week 2, week 3, right there in the post for the make along. And that won't go away. It'll always be there. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now give me a second. I'm going to measure this. I know I see you drew a winner. And I see who that winner is, so I'll be right with you. So I did 9 doubles in that, I think. I don't want to make a mistake right off the bat. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay. Now, the bodice with the F hook is, mine is with an F hook and 3 light. It is 8 inches across. Mine is 8 inches. It's not exactly, it's a hair bit longer than 8, maybe 8.5. And don't forget, you're going to put a ribbon in this eyelet round, and you will be able to tie that ribbon down and cinch in that waist. Not a ton, it's still, but it's 0 to 3 months. So you have to give it a little bit of, room to grow, because the baby, if you want a newborn dress and you want to use it for one picture and that's it, then yeah, that's all you're going to get out of it. So 0 to 3 months, at least they can wear it for a little while. So that I'm getting 8 inches across down there. Okay. All right. Well, I don't do anything exact. It's all in eyeing it up and that kind of thing. All right. So we have a winner, and it is Latoya. And I'm thinking she probably put down what Latoya chose, and I completely missed it. So let's see. She wants number 4, medium rainbow. Rainbow? This is Christy's closet. Are you sure there's any rainbow here? Because I don't know. I don't usually buy rainbow anything, but maybe, maybe. With the H hook, yes, you're going to gain those extra 2 inches. Absolutely. You're going to look at it to be at least 9 months, and that should be fine. And of course, Chera, if you have a very loose tension, that is going to happen. And it's not that you didn't do it right. It's that um again, you don't want it to just be on the baby for one day, right? Okay, rainbow or bright colors. Got it. I got it. We're going to go look for something for Miss Latoya. I don't go away. I always do this every week. And you guys know, if there's any trolls here, then, just get rid of them. Bright colors or rainbow. All right, I'm looking. Bright colors. Okay, this yarn jumped right off the shelf at me, and I'm gonna stick with it because it looks like this will work. Let's go ahead and grab a smiley face stitch marker. We'll pick the bright color one, and we'll show that. Now, if Latoya does not like this yarn that I picked, she could wait and be the first person on the bracket board for next week, and it'll be a full 32 spots open. So here is the smile face. It's a real fuchsia pink color, so it's not purple, but she asked for rainbow. So I found some of this. I don't even know for sure how in the heck this ended up being on a clearance rack, but somehow it did, and it came home with me. So are you ready for this bright color? I know, I can't believe I have this. And I'm hoping that Latoya will love it. So here it is, in your face, unforgettable, in parrot. Unforgettable. Can you guys see those colors? They are rich. Blues and pinks. Yeah, it is teal. It is real bright. Peach, like, oh yeah. So this yarn is Red Heart Boutique. It is the parrot colorway. It is a 4 medium. It's a little like a roving. I would call this roving. And it is machine wash and dryable. I think that this would pill horribly in the dryer. It is 100% acrylic. So how did I do? How did I do? I did okay, huh? If you do not want this yarn, Miss Latoya, you could trade it in for a spot on the bracket board for next week, but I'm going to go ahead and put the smiley stitch marker right on here. Now, anybody who wants to stay, we're going to work on the basket today. Just for a little while, we're going to bring out our bulky yarn and our challenge from Miss Beverly. And I am going to look at this pattern and work on it with you just for a little bit. So, Latoya, there is your unforgettable. And this is Unforgettable Boutique in the parrot. Woohoo! It's beautiful. So I'll be sending that out to Miss Latoya. I'm sure of it. All right. Let's pull out this basket. Anybody who hands that want to do the basket? Let me see how many. All right, Chera, I believe you. It's very, it's got halo. So I'm guessing that it does hang up on itself. So I don't know. I'm thinking that that is a beautiful, beautiful yarn though. All right, so we have at least 3 of you. I will stay. We will work on this basket together. Why not? So I'm going to be using a big old hook and a 6, bulky 6. So this is telling me a 9 millimeter, which is this big one here. It's not the biggest one I have, but it's a 9 millimeter. So that is okay. You don't want to frog it. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to be using the yarn that Bev sent me. It is a Line brand Wool Ease Thick and Quick. And this has got the tweed. This is really pretty. Real pretty. Perfect for a basket. And these have bulky 6, 106 yards. Yeah. So I'm staying a little bit later today. And Deb, if you don't want to stay, that's absolutely understandable. 82% acrylic, 10% wool, and 8% rayon. A big old 6 bulky. We're making a basket together. There are only 13 rows? 13 rows, yeah. So I think maybe I'll be going for the longest live I ever did today. I'm going to have to refill this coffee, though. There's hardly anything left. You're going to stay great. Wonderful. All right. 9 millimeter. I got, what are these? 9 millimeter, and it's got an M and an N on there. I'm going to give you a second to find some bulky yarn. It's telling us that we need 220 yards of this. That seems like an awful lot, but I've never made a basket before, and this is saying it's a medium size and it's 13 rounds. So we're going to trust it that you need at least 2 of these skeins. You know what? It's funny that you say that, because if you go to the pattern by Krista Kegel, it says if you want a bigger basket, hold 2 strands together. I decided to use 1 skein because I'm using my basket for my yarn, and it doesn't have to be quite as stiff. If you are wondering, then you could suggest using 2 skeins of yarn at the same time. So she's saying you only need 1, but if you want it to be thicker, you would use 2. And this is why I believe I got 2 in the basket in the challenge. So your choice. You can use 1 strand, or you can use 2 to make it stiffer, and it will stand up better. So that you really only need 1 skein of 106 yards. Okay. Now I'm thinking, do I want to make it stiffer? So yeah, if you want to use the yarn doubled up, it will come out thicker. Oh my, do I want to do that? I'm probably going to have some pain in my hand when I hold the two together, but I will try and do it the way that it's telling me to do it by using two together. So I'm going to take two of these wool ease and I'm going to use two threads or two plies. No, she does, but someone asked if it says to use a bigger hook, and she doesn't. But if you want to do that, by all means, go ahead. I don't know if I have a cue. Not right now. A little bit more coffee while you guys are getting your yarn. And oh, I just put a knot in mine. Don't need it doubled up a little more there. Okay. All right, so if you have two of these skeins, you can do it a little thicker, and that is my two. I just have difficulty with real thick yarns. Yeah, real thick and real. I like to stay around the three fours so that I don't have a lot of end up with arthritis pain. But anyway, okay, so Granny D's put her 2 cents in and said, I wouldn't think it would end up being stiff if you went up a hook size, which, again, that's true. I'm going to go warm up my coffee. I've got my hook, I've got my yarn uh, doubled, and I'm going to set it down here, and I'll be right back. This will be a laid back version live, and I'm going to go get a little bit warmed up coffee. I'll be right back. It's funny, the dog settled down now. She realized Dad is not here. And so she has curled up on the chair, on his chair out there. She always wants to smell anything. If I put a shirt of his or something out, she's much happier. Okay, so let's get started. Has everybody got their goodies and stuff ready? Thank you for that music, Lori. Appreciate it. Okay, so we're going to start with a chain 3. Chain 3, and it is huge. Oh, this, you're right. This is going to be nice and stiff. She says, Stephanie says, super bulky is her favorite to work with, I think, because You can actually finish something, finish a blanket with each row is an inch or bigger. Yeah. Thank you, Lori. All right, so chain 3, and we're going to do 10 double crochets in the third chain from the hook. And holy cow, is this big. 10 double crochets. Holy cow. Wow. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is a challenge for sure. I've got 2. Oh my gosh. And then the dog comes out and makes a liar out of me and starts whining at the door. Oh my gosh. I've got 4, 5, 6. Wow. 7. Yep, it's pulling on me, all right. 8. 9. Boy, is that ever thick. Wow. This is beautiful, though. And 10. I have 10 double crochets in my third chain from my hook. And pulling my tail a little bit, I think we are going to slip stitch to the first double crochet. So we're not using the chain 3 at all for 10 double crochets. She says a total of 10. It says it in the brackets. Oh yes, she definitely is a daddy's girl. He was there when she was born. 10 double crochets. So we will slip stitch into your first double crochet, skipping over your chain 3 and closing up the round. And I got to show you this. That's row 1. I don't even, is Beverly even here? Row 2, chain 3. I'm going to wait a second. And while I'm waiting, I am going to weave in my ends with this big honking needle because I don't like to do it after. I like to do it right away. And I think if you do that, you can also close up your holes a little bit better and it looks neater. So I'm going to do one of these threads at a time so that way they fit in the needle. No, I've never made this basket before, but I'm thinking my daughter's going to like this basket. She likes things that I make that are unusual and always says, oh yeah, Ma, I'll put that out and I'll put this in there. Or, she'll put it on her shelf and come up with something for a holiday to use it in. So I am weaving in my first ends already, and that is finished. That row is 10 double crochets into your third chain from your hook, and here it is, row 1 weaved in the ends. Okay, row 2. Are we ready? Put it back on my hook. Okay, chain 3 for row 2. Starting in the first stitch, not the chain 3, do 2 double crochets in every stitch around. Okay, so we're going to end up with 20 double crochets. Holy cow, it's like Macrame. It's huge. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. It's huge. It does burn up that skein, doesn't it? Yeah. I think that what somebody who wants uh, a project done quickly and have satisfaction of doing it quickly is going to have a fat, that they're going to stay with the crochet longer because they actually can finish something. And I'm just so used to taking a while to do something that it doesn't seem to bother me any. The dress that I'm doing is what I'm used to doing, so that it is going to take you a little time, but you have such detail that you can do. I've got a snag here. I got to undo, but all right. I think I'm halfway. I think the hardest part is to make sure you go around all four of the loops on the double crochet, you know, because there's four loops there. It's not a six bulky anymore though, because we doubled it. Yeah, I did a while back with the sachet. I think I used a 5 millimeter. Beth. Okay. Yeah, this is real thick, doubled up. Okay. I'm getting there. Looks like let's see here. Let me make sure I've the right count. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. We're looking for two more. So 17, 18, 19, and 20. So I have 20 double crochets on row 2. And there is what I got so far. And I'm going to say that we're going to slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet. Yep. So you're going to use the 4 loops at the top of your double crochet, not your chain 3. And then you're going to chain 3 again for row 3. I don't want to go too fast. Oh, wow. I have some more of that sachet too. I mean, I don't know how much. I didn't even think about that you could use it and double it up to make it stiffer. Huh. Okay, so row number 3. I have not made a basket. No, no. But you do what you like. Whatever I'm a person that does baby stuff. So I just continue to keep doing that. I used to make blankets a lot more than I have. And it's, again, a blanket takes a long time. And I had spent so much time out of the household working that the blankets weren't getting worked on like they used to. When I was younger, I seemed like I time on TV. So I'm not spending hardly any time at night watching TV because I'm only home for an hour and then I'm off to bed. All right, so row number 3, we're going to do 2 double crochets in the first double crochet. And then 2 double crochets in every stitch around. So we're going to do the same thing. And this time we're going to end up with 40 stitches. Holy cow, is this thick? I can't get over it. This is not easy. This is definitely a challenge to me. My hand is like screaming. Like, what are you doing to me? I can't even hold um my thread, like I normally do very well. That's all right. We got it. Wow. Okay. Wow, is this thick? I got it fuzzy up my nose. Oh. And there's the doggy again. Hello, doggy. Yes, I know. Your daddy left you. He doesn't love you anymore. No. She says that you will have 40 double crochets at the end of row 3 and that it should measure about 7 inches across. So I'm beating my hand up for sure. Trying to hold everything flat. That is my one thing that I do that probably is what causes me so much usage on my hand is that I'll do a double crochet or two and then I will stop and I will like fix the item and make everything flat and stuff like that. So that's how far. It is really nice. This is really nice. You think the Dollar Tree still has some? I was there, like I said, I was there Friday. I didn't see any. There was my Dollar Tree has the craft section, the one across town over here, close to me. And they had a lot less yarn in their craft section than I have seen them in the past. they usually have it full. And I think that they haven't had a shipment in recently and people have been buying it down. That doesn't mean they won't have it. It's just that right now they're a little low on stock. So I think that is why I didn't see anything um, new. I mean, I saw a couple colors and I was like, oh, that's nice, but I didn't really need it, so I didn't buy any. I went there for candy. So, okay. Almost around here. Boy, this takes a while. It's worth it, though. This is worth it. And I do have some hidden away of bulky sixes that now I can see by doubling it up how beautiful this basket's going to turn out. So I might just have to keep this in the back of my head to use for some of those other bulky yarns that I have that I didn't know what to do with. Let's see what you guys are writing here. Aha. All right. All right, Granny D. Talk to you later. I appreciate you staying as long as you have. Yep. All right. I am on my last double crochet for round 3. Imagine that. All right. We're going to do again. We're going to slip stitch in our double crochet, not our chain 3 space. And at that point, we're going to measure it and see how close we are to the 7-inch size. It doesn't matter to me because I'm just doing, and it is exactly 7 inches. That's amazing, isn't it? All right. Row number 4. Row number 4 says, is everybody caught up? Should I wait? Should wait? Okay. So row number 4, we're doing chain 3, starting in first stitch, double crochet. You will have 40 stitches. So just do 1 for this row. What's the matter, Izzy? So hadn't been to Michael's in a long time, so we went over there to go out to eat at Applebee's. So we stopped, and we were walking around, and Doug says that I need to buy a Cricut machine. And you're right, it will put your hands out of commission. I that's why I kind of said what I said about my hands, because I knew that this was probably going to hurt my left thumb, and it does. The joint here hurts, when it's a big bulky thing. So yeah, I I will probably have to ice it later, but I'm trying to be careful. If I did one uh, skein width, not doubled, it might not hurt as much, but I think it still would. Anyway, so we went to Michael's, and he says I need to buy a Cricut machine, and I'm like, but there's 50 choices. And I'm like, I don't know what to buy. So here's what he wants me to be able to do is make shirts, um, and hats and mugs for our shop that say Doug's Pro Shop on them. And I'm like, I don't I don't know. I really don't know whether it's easy or not. I've never done any other craft pretty much other than knit and crochet, so I have no idea what I'm getting into, getting myself into. Yeah. So row 4 will stay with 40, and I think that is as big as we get. We're not going to go any bigger than 40 stitches now. You have uh, gotten as big as you're going to be. Yeah, this is very thick. This has got some wool in it. So this is not slippery like a blanket yarn is, not the polyester yarn. This is more toothier. So you're gonna have a nice old fashioned style basket out of this one for sure. And it has the tweed, so it's giving you that texture that is almost like the basket colors. Okay, Lori says that I just need to order them. Well, you know what? It's funny you say that because I did start that, and we did end up with an order from the local place, and it worked out fairly well. And so we're getting ready to do our second order, and he says that you have to have at least 12 items to do an order, so you can't just call him up and order one item. So yeah, okay, so I get it. If I was going to do that as a living or do other people's stuff, I guess it would be worth it, but I don't think it is. So yeah. Well, you walk through a store and you see something and you get an idea in your head, like, oh, I can do that. No, not necessarily. Boy, does this hurt my hands? Yeah, it does. Yeah. Mhm. I've got 3 left to do, and then I got to check and make sure that I have the right number of stitches, which that is what I'm going to do. On row number 4, we should have 40 stitches still. So, Lori, are you making this basket? I think you are. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40. Yep. You are going to slip stitch into your first double, not your chain 3, and I think you're starting to bow up, because as soon as you don't add on anymore, it starts to curve up. Um, so I, I can flatten after it stops buffering, right? I can flatten it out still, but it's gonna start working up. And I'm buffering again, of course. Uh huh. Row number 5 of 13. There are 13 total rows to this. Row number 5 is the next row. We will do that together. What I could do, what I should do. Yep, I agree. Well, my girlfriend went ahead and went into the cricket world, and she lives a couple miles left, but there's no highways, back roads. There's the crow flies to the left of me, and she has a class every Thursday at her husband's business where she has a little craft corner, and you can go up there and do cricket stuff together with her. And she's invited me a couple times. But here's my point: it is across the hill, it's the opposite way of work, and I don't want to do other crafts when I could be crocheting. Oh, there's many reasons why I haven't gone. I've lost some of my favorite crocheters to diamond painting. Yeah, uh-huh. No, I am not going to do diamond painting. No, I'm not going to do it. Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha. All right. So, row number 5, if everyone is ready, it is telling me to chain 1 this time. And row number 5 is going to be single crochet in the first stitch, double crochet in the next. Well, that's a little less on your hands. Yeah. So, alternate single crochet, double crochet for 40 stitches. So single crochet. Yeah, this is much quicker. Is everyone caught up? Stop me. Stop me if I go too fast, because the whole intention is doing it together. Start with a single on row 5, alternate double and single for row 5 for 40 stitches. That ends with a double. I really like that I added knitting, though. I gotta admit, I really like that I added it. I haven't gone completely over the deep end and stopped crocheting, and I never will. But I'm glad I added knitting, because I really like that I know how, and I always have something knitting going on now. But it's still so similar. It's still using yarns and stuff, so that's my thing, you know. Yep, this is definitely starting to curve up now. Yep, hats definitely. I think that they look so professional and stuff that I'm so proud of a knitted hat when I get it done. The first time I actually finished my first knitted hat, I I had when you're doing a knit hat the first time and you're using like a 3 or a 4 and it's a smooth yarn, you are so critiquing every stitch that you're like, I can't do this. But when you move to a 5 bulky or something with some texture and then do a knit hat, the first one is so cushiony and so you can see your stitches because it's bigger and it's more forgiving and that kind of thing. That made me fall in love with knitting hats, the bulky 5. And it was one of those yarns that just wanted to be knit. It was just amazing how the feel was. And that is what ended up making me fall in love with knitting a hat, was that yarn that I had chosen for that. And I know it was like my very first one because I chose a tutorial by Be Hooked, and she had been using uh, a bulky. So that's what made me do it. But of course, I had to get the right size needles. All right, Charlene, take care. Although I agree with that, Evelyn. Your variegated yarns. Some yarns are meant to be knitted. Izzy, go relax. Go lay down. Izzy, go lay down. Hey, go lay down. Let me read what you said about um yeah, very my daughter-in-law. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, if you got a whole bunch of people that are doing it, I guess that does make an appealing time for everyone. And we haven't had classes or any kind of gatherings with knit or crochet in a long time around here. So I'm coming around the end of row 5, and my last stitch is a double crochet. So I'm finishing up that row now. Premier Bloom is what makes me want to get knitting figured out. You're going to slip stitch into your first single and finish off the round. So there is round number 5. Again, if you were to use Premier Bloom in many different ways, I have found that it still makes me mad. It makes me upset because what they should do with fad yarns, and here's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. When it's a fad yarn like that, where it has a specific pattern, They should always put that pattern or suggested patterns on the yarn. You don't want to think that you're going to work on something, especially with a 3-weight or a 4-weight, for X amount of hours, and then just to find out that now you started in the wrong direction. So you're going along thinking that your flowers are going to be the pinks on the top of the item and the greens on the bottom, just to find out that you have 4 hours worth of work in, and now your greens are on top and your pinks are on the bottom. That is what my problem is with fad yarns. Don't just put the yarn out there. Give me a pattern that I know you've already tested and you already know that this is the way you have to do it. You have to use this many stitches, and you have to use this needle, and you have to use this pattern, so that way you're not going to have half of your pattern on the left of your work and nothing on the right, because that's where I find that's where I end up. So yeah, I got on a rant on that, but again, that's the only reason that I would use a fad yarn is now that I've already tried to do things with it. It just makes me mad because that's how it ends up. And row number 6 is where I'm starting now. So we are going to do repeat rows now. I don't see any texture really showing in this yarn because of the coloration. Pompadoodle. Pompadoodle. I don't know what Pompadoodle is. Buy it. But I buy it up anytime I find it because I love making... Oh, poodles. Oh my gosh. Okay, so row number 6. Are we up to row number 6? I'm gonna wait. If I'm not, I think I need something else to drink. I'm gonna let you guys catch up on that single crochet, double crochet row. I'll be right back. Ooh. When I go out to the kitchen window is facing the backyard. And I live in the country, so typically on the weekends, I'm always out there watching the birds, filling the bird feeders, that kind of thing. And the bird feeder is very low at the moment, and so it needs to be filled. But there are 3 mourning doves sitting on the railing. There's a couple of chickadees, a few other things. There's deer in the backyard. The rhubarb is coming up. What a wonderful view out that backyard. She hasn't made any poodles in years. Oh. Yeah, when those when the way that the fad yarn used to be is that they would put things on the label. Now it's all online, so you have to look online, which is okay. As long as there's a pattern there, I don't mind. Went ahead and got a sun-kissed strawberry lemonade out. Where are we? Okay. Yes, I know. And it's kind of a overcast, rainy kind of looking day out. So this is perfect. All right, where are we? Row Row 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, row 6. Repeat round number 4. This is double crochet, so 40 double crochets for round 6. Of somebody might just be got a buffer. Row 6 is a double crochet row again. So you're going to repeat row 4. So all double crochet row for 40 double crochets. Oh my goodness. All these notifications are coming across. Oh, Izzy. Daddy left. He's at the bowling alley. Got the tournament going on. And I decided that he could live without me today. And so he's down there. We're donating a bowling ball next weekend for the tournament. And they'll be raffling it off. And the Sunday will be the third day of that. So it'll be the day they raffle it. But they'll sell tickets for it all weekend. I guess we're putting 3 on display and they can choose which one they want. So row 6 is a double crochet row in every stitch around for 40 double crochets. I almost think I gotta stop working on it for a little while because it hurts. It does hurt. I may not be able to do this all in. I mean, I can still bend my thumb, but it's sore. But it's time spending with each other that I like. And I know it's hard to type and crochet at the same time, but is there anybody here that would like to come on camera? I never even thought about that. Oh, okay. That's where the notifications were coming from. Oh, okay. I will be writing in the directions for row 3 and number 4 sometime throughout the day. Yep. I think I'm going to have to say that we're going to have to stop working on the basket after this round. We've done half of the basket already. We have 13 rounds total. And what you can do is you can either write these rows down or we can get together at the end of next week and pick it back up. What your choice is what I will do. We can finish this basket next week together and I'll just set it down and pick it back up next week. If that's what you want to do. Yeah? Oh no, then nobody answered that. Next week? Okay. That's one vote. Name of the basket pattern. It is. They said that it's on Ravelry too. So I think that's where you can also find it. It's called Free Crochet Storage Basket Pattern by Christi Cagle. Krista, I'm sorry, with a K. Krista Cagle, Kristacagle. Krista Cagle. And they said it is on Ravelry. Crochet storage basket pattern. She also has a tutorial on YouTube. So I'm gonna set it down after row number 6 is done. And we can pick up row number 7 next week. You like? It's nice. Isn't it nice? It's nice. I'm almost done with row 6. I need to work on my April hat a little bit today, I think, too. But I got to get all the posts done and all that done first before I can crochet anymore. So that'll be my break on my hands. I'll go and do internet stuff, post everything there, and then while I'm watching the race today, unless it's rained out, which I hope not, I will work on my April hat because I haven't touched it because I've been doing the dress. So you're going to slip stitch to your first double crochet, and that'll end row number 6. And there I go. That is the end of row 6. So that's halfway. We have 13 rows. This is really nice. Really nice. Thanks, Bev, for this challenge. It's working out wonderful. Look at that. I pushed it down flat on my hand, and look at that. Isn't that cool? Yep. I love it. Maybe I won't let my daughter have it. Yeah. I'm glad I did it double, though. Look at that. Look how stiff it is. Yeah. Now I want to finish it, but my hand hurts. So we'll stop at row 6. We'll pick it up next week at the end of the show next week. And it's just about halfway through the skein. 2 skeins. I got to put it away. Thank you all for joining me on this. I get you. I get you, Lori. But I think that it is just nice when you push it down like that. It's just, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to put it away for today. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for staying. I appreciate all of you. And I will update all the pages. And I will look for anybody who is getting an item from me in the mail to send me a message. You know who you are. And take a moment out of each day and be creative. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.